Hi y'all, I'm Chase. This is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America Special, affectionately known as Wichita. And today's video is, well, it's probably going to hurt your feelings. At least if you ride a bagger. The Pan Am is better in every single way than your bagger. I know, very hard to accept. I was reluctant at one time to accept the same thing, but there is a caveat, and that will be at the end. There is one way it is not better than your bagger. Sorry, that's gonna hurt somebody's, well, probably a few people's feelings. But we're out here on the back roads where I live here in the Appalachian foothills, and well, you know, let's just go into it. The Pan Am handles better. Sorry, it just does. It's going to handle better no matter what. It's got a better suspension. Oh, you can go ahead and put whatever suspension you want on your bagger. This thing will eat its lunch. It's going to poke it in the chest. It's going to take it from it. Sorry, I mean, I'm just being truthful here. The suspension on this is just better. You can go ahead and buy whatever suspension you want. This thing's going to, it's just going to beat it. Yes, you probably could get more horsepower and torque on your bagger than I can get on this. But not by much. Maybe 10 foot-pounds? 150 foot-pounds of torque or something like that? That's great. You can get 150 horse too, I've seen. 160 even. Problem is, you got about 300 pounds on me. I don't know what the horsepower to weight ratio is on a bagger with that much horsepower. Maybe you could, ooh, yeah, you might be able to get somewhere around the same kind of thrill if you went down to a softail, but we're not talking about softails. We're talking about baggers, you know, 900-pound bikes in comparison to a bike that weighs 560. Sorry. Yeah. You can go ahead and throw a bunch more money into it, and maybe you can get more horsepower than this has. But how much money did you spend? Horsepower is per dollar. And granted, there are bikes that will whip this thing's butt. I'm sure a Ducati Multistrada will smoke this thing. I think they got like 170 or something like that. I mean, I think they might be the highest when it comes to a touring-ish bike. But we're talking about Harley baggers. And maybe even Indians. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody do like any hardcore high horsepower Indian builds, at least not too many. But since we're talking about HD baggers, Harley-Davidson, you're gonna have a hard time beating the amount of horsepower this thing pumps out. Sorry, it's just gonna be hard. Now, I know there are exceptions to the rules. Yes, you can go ahead and put a turbo on it. Great, you're making 200 and some horsepower. The bike still weighs 900 pounds. In fact, you've probably added weight, and your fuel economies went to crap. You've negated the whole reason to buy something like a bagger, because your fuel economy is going to be about 18 to 20 miles to the gallon now, or somewhere around there. So you've made it a speed machine that's non-functional as its original design intention. Okay. This thing tours very well. Oh, I don't have to go and buy lowers. Yeah, they're already there. Already has lowers. If you want lowers and you're going to go on long trips, great, you're going to have to do that. Now, the one place where you have the Pan Am beat. Well, it comes with bags. All the baggers come with bags. I have to buy them for the Pan Am. Granted, they're about 1,800 bucks, $2,000 top, somewhere around there. So it's not real bad. And if I just wanted the regular bags, we're under $1,000. So even then, yeah. But that also kind of feeds into one last, sorry, the Pan Am wins. It's cheaper. Oh, I forgot. Even with the bag, it's going to be cheaper, but there's also another way that this is still going to be a better choice for touring. Fuel economy. You want to go on a long trip? You're talking, I mean, if I throw the cruise control on, I throw it at like 73 miles an hour, I can get about 50 to 51 miles to the gallon, as long as it's during summer gas season. Winter gas sucks, but that kind of eats into it, but I'd still get about 46, So, and last I checked, most of the baggers are getting around 42, 44. So, my own personal bagger that I owned was a Road King. It got 42. And I thought that was pretty good. This thing's getting almost 10 miles to the gallon more than my bagger did. So, and we're talking averages, same kind of stuff piled in the bags, all that stuff. You can get a top box for this real easy. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. Getting a top box on this is cheaper than getting a top box on your bagger. So, another plus. Man, there's a lot of pluses to this. Let's see. Wind protection is, I don't know, that might be a toss-up. With the right bearing or whatever, the right windshield, I might have about the same, maybe a little less. I don't know. It's a toss-up. We'll throw that one a tie. But lastly, I think that, okay, maybe there's two ways. If you are a guy who wants to listen to your music at full blast with speakers pounding in your face, yeah, the Pan Am's not going to win that one. That's a road glide or a street glide kind of thing. Yeah, Pan Am's not going to win that one. Sorry, boys. Last, the seat. There are way more seats available for the baggers. Better seats available too. Now, granted, there are some seats, but I'm sorry, I have not found a seat and sat on it and thought it was great. And here's the scary thing. I mean, I tried out the I love Saddlemen, and I love their seats, and I tried out a Saddlemen seat. It has the same problem that the original seat on these Pan Ams have, and it's that they're slanted and they literally push you into the tank. I hate that. So some guy I met at a gas station, he let me sit on his. He had a Wonderlic, I think that's the brand. It wasn't as bad, but it still wasn't, it didn't feel right. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something different. Now, it's not that the seat that comes on the Pan Am is bad. It is certainly not. I've done 300-mile days pretty easy in it. Now, eventually, during that 300-mile day, somewhere around like 250 or so, I start getting a little bit of, I think the cushioning, the foam is starting to get like, I don't know, compressed, and it starts to not feel so great. So right around 250. So I think if there was some gel in it, maybe it would be better, but beggars win. In fact, I've actually looked at getting a seat that has gel in it, and it's not from Saddlemen because I can't modify the Saddlemen to sit me where I need to sit. I don't want to be tilted. I don't want to be thrust toward the tank. All right, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm sure there will be some anger. I'm sure there will be some people that tell me I'm wrong and that I'm an evil bastard. And that the only reason I feel this way is because I've never owned a bagger, or something like that, even though I said during the video that, yes, I've owned a bagger. In fact, it was, besides Wichita here, it was my favorite bike I've ever had. Thank you for watching, lads and lasses. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Get out there and ride. Stay stubborn. Seriously, get a bike if you don't have one. If you have one, get out there and ride, seriously. You never know when things could take a turn for the worse. You don't want to be on your knees in front of a ditch somewhere and some commie's getting ready to put you in it and think, you know, I bet it would have been nice to own a bike. Would have been nice to go for a ride. Bye, y'all.